I love that sustain. Thanks again, Rick. I will never, ever get tired of that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Welcome to part 2 of, what are we calling it? Watch less, play more, vice versa. I was thinking about this after I finished the last video, telling you guys all to go out and play some more games, watch less videos, including mine. But I changed my mind. Watch all my videos starting now. Do whatever you guys want. But the weekend's just about here, and I don't know about you guys, but me, my weekends I usually get out of the house and go do stuff and go shopping, hit the shops and stuff like that, and some family stuff, etc. And this is kind of I've talked about this before, but I wanted to marry it to the previous video. For those of you, especially if you can get out and touch some grass and breathe some fresh air, it's just a little PSA kind of reminder to look around you and to listen and to remember, especially those little ideas that you get that you can, bring back to your RPG, especially if you go on hikes or walks or anything like that. As Tolkien would put it, the smell of the trees and the forest and the grass and the birds and all that kind of stuff, and try to bring it into your RPG. I was having a discussion just minutes ago with a really good friend of mine, one of the best guys I've ever met, actually, about how encounters in our games are always like kill the monster and take their stuff and continue walking, and it doesn't have to be like that. If you go out and see some things and get some ideas of random encounters, when you're rolling for, they're going from point A to point B. It doesn't always have to be, monsters or bad guys or bandits or just people out to screw over the party, and the party has to react violently so they can kill them, get their XP, and steal their stuff. There's all kinds of things that I've been on hikes and walks through the forest and the woods and the beaches and the deserts and stuff like that, and encountered things that had nothing to do with combat whatsoever. And little hint, I'm working on a bunch of ideas, hence the stack of index card, one of the greatest RPG accessories you could ever come across, because oh my god, I use these for everything. Ask my players, I use them for everything. I probably go through 4 stacks of these a month for notes and stuff like that. But think of the encounters. Like I have a miniature of this white stag. It's a great miniature. It's a simple miniature. It's just a big, elk or moose or whatever. I don't know, stag, whatever a stag is. And imagine the party is traveling down the road, and off on the side of the road they see this brilliant white giant freaking massive stag that just gives them a look and then quickly jumps back into the woods, never to be seen again. There's your encounter. Maybe that means something. In some cultures that could have a significance. You could replace it with a unicorn, and they see the unicorn and it's gone. In the Great Amber series, spotting of a unicorn was a huge event. It only happened twice in the 5-book series, but the mere sighting of one was a portent of something, and you could use something like that, or maybe they see a stranger, in the woods, spying on them, and then he disappears. It's not combat, but it definitely foreshadows something that could be coming up later, or a hint to something that's been happening in the background. But go out there and pay attention to your surroundings and the sights and the sounds and the smells, and remember that stuff and bring it back to your game. Even if you dice it up in bits and pieces, you meet a funny individual in line standing at the register. Try to remember their I'm not going to say their aura, but the gist of their personality that you get in your single serving size encounter of this particular person. Maybe give them a nickname in your head, or ask them their name. Hey, how's it going? What's your name? Strike up a little conversation, and then import them into your game as an NPC or a minor encounter in the shops, in the bazaar, at the trading post, in the tavern, sitting in the corner with a bunch of other people having a good time. All these things help make your RPGs play better, feel better, and give you more authenticity and verisimilitude, I guess, maybe in some cases, that you're experiencing your game in a world that's more than just a side-scrolling, hack and slash video game. Kill the monster, take their stuff, move, repeat. I want to see more of that kind of idea and those kind of feelings, where it's not always everything is out to get you. Kill it, take their stuff, and there's no consequences. Because sometimes a simple little non-violent encounter can actually spark way more future events than just the acquisition of their 83 copper pieces and a +1 dagger and the 42 experience points you got from killing them. Maybe it will spark a whole quest idea. A whole campaign can literally spring forth from a single encounter that has nothing to do with combat, and not to mention the notion that your players will always overthink it. They're always going to go, "Hey, that guy was nice. He's up to something." When in fact, just the opposite. The character, the NPC, was a genuinely nice person, and maybe really did wish you a good day, and that was it. And now they're thinking and plotting and worrying and stressing out and over analyzing the situation, and it was just a simple little thing. They as they all are players in this hobby, will take a red herring and turn it into the most audacious, outrageous train of thought that you never planned on, but sitting behind the DM screen, it's always freaking hysterical. So that's what I got for you guys this morning. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I believe it's the first one of the new year. My math could be off, but I hope it's a great one. I hope you guys go out there and suck up some of those rays of energy and let it fuel you through the rest of the year. Don't mean to sound like a freaking hippie. Don't let the hair fool you. Go out and have a great year, but look, listen, and remember, and bring all that back home, and do something special with it. I will see you guys real soon. Have a great weekend.